I'm Andy DeBillis with NETV in Brussels. With me is Philippe Lamberts, certainly to be in the European Parliament. And
well, we'll see.
Well, it's fait accompli. And with the Greens Party. Mr. Lamberts, do you think the Green New Deal has resonated with voters who have had it up to their eyes with the economy and the way the major parties have been running it and conducting themselves?
Well, what I can tell you is, at least in my country, it has resonated very strongly. It sounds like in France it has resonated as well, in Germany as well. So I wouldn't say it's an all-out victory in the sense that that we have been able to carry, to pass the message everywhere. But even in a country like Greece, where Greens were unheard of until 12 months ago, they've managed to snatch 1 or 2 seats. So that has resonated, I'm sure of that. Now we have to accelerate that, but that's a good start.
Well, a lot of people, supporters of yours, believe the Greens is the party is the conscience of the European Parliament, which makes you a distinct minority, of course.
Thank you.
But you feel that you're being identified only with recycling and environmental issues, and that you have much more to say?
Well, but that's exactly what the Green New Deal is all about. This is about the economy. This is really about actually using the challenges that we have in terms of energy, of environment, of course, of biodiversity, etc., as the engine of the economic recovery. This is exactly what we have been articulating and demonstrating as well. I mean, because there are supporting facts for that. And so it's only if we can really convince the voters that actually the economic future of Europe lies there, on that path, that we can really be successful. Yes, so it's no longer just about the environment, it's about the economy.
Because isn't it so that you can actually create more jobs with environmental programs than people feel that you'd lose?
That people feel?
That you can create more jobs with new environmental programs than opponents who think that environmental causes hurt the economy.
Exactly. I mean, look at Germany. I mean, the Red-Green coalition back in the early 2000s has embarked into the first steps of a Green New Deal already then. Since then, 300,000 jobs in the renewables, 200,000 jobs in green construction. I mean, these are jobs that exist today. And I mean, that's 500,000. This is not a small figure, you know? And so that's real.
What are the, briefly, the key tenets of the Green New Deal that you espouse and you'd like to see established in Europe?
Beg your pardon?
What are a few of the key tenets?
Well, let's say there are 4 tenets. One is investment in, as I said, construction, energy, transportation and agriculture. So these are the 4 areas where we need to invest heavily. I mean, recovery money must go there. Second part is market regulation. That's part of it. I mean, the invisible hand is invisible for a good reason. It doesn't exist. So we need, especially towards the financial markets, to give simple but effective rules. So that's number 2. Number 3, it's all about social protection, but the social protection that really enables people, that make them able to play their role into this transformation. Mm-hmm. And the 4th thing is, of course, education, research and development, which is absolutely needed because we need the brains and we need the arms to make that happen, but also because this is a cultural shift, you know, it's really a paradigm shift for all civilization.
A sea change in some regard,
and so the school there has a key role to play. And I mean, Schwarzenegger in the US has understood it. I mean, he wants to put that at the agenda of the schools in his state. And I mean, we need to do exactly the same here.
Because in some respects, actually in many, isn't it so that governments pay lip service to these causes?
Absolutely.
You mentioned Greece. They have alleged recycling. Yeah. They pick up the recycling bins and dump them in the landfill.
Exactly. I mean, this is true, and even, you might say, developed state. Look at their recovery plans. I mean, HSBC has analyzed the European recovery plans, and what we see is that in Europe, the few recovery plans that exist will invest about 50 billion in the next 2 years into green initiatives. Obama, that's twice as much, that's 112. And if you look at Asia, it's 266 billion. So when the Europeans are spending €1 on green initiatives, the Americans are spending 2 and Asians are spending 5. Call that leadership. I mean, come on. And so they say that they do it, but they don't. And this is what we need to accelerate, and it's a matter of necessity. But what we are also telling the voter and the citizen, it's a matter of opportunity. I mean, there is an economic opportunity there that we cannot afford to let go.
But finally, isn't it, do you fear that while you're espousing such good causes, you've mentioned that the link to the economy, that people can't make money off of these, and that's why they never seem to go as far as you want?
Well, actually, they don't believe they can make money out of that, but those who believe that make money out of that. So it's a matter of just looking at the facts. You know, there are people who are unbelievers because they don't want to look at the facts. They are still, their heads turned towards not the previous industrial revolution, but the one before. I mean, the steel industry, the car industry, and they will be part of the future, no doubt about that. But I mean, you cannot just focus on those industries if you want to take the opportunity of the new green tech domains, and that's where the money is.
But the problem seems to be here in Europe, that, as you well know, the European Commission wants a 20% reduction in carbon emissions.
Yes.
Yet at the same time, they don't want the auto industries affected, who are the main causes of this.
Exactly. That's a very good example. I mean, look at the discussions we had in December for the climate and energy package. I mean, the car industry succeeded in actually obtaining emission standards for 2012 that they are already meet today. So they want 3 years of pressure. They won't feel compelled to innovate, which is really stupid. I mean, look, the US car industry was never forced to innovate. Look what shambles they are now.
Well, they're gone. That's much more than a shambles, yes.
No, but I mean, if we continue the same way in Europe, that's going to be the fate of our car industry, and we don't want to see that happening. But so the industry must accept some pressure.
Well, the Greens hope to be the driving engine. I'm Andy DeBills with NETV in Brussels.